Well, akwasi ensia yada se nkomo kama also ne ye abedi wa hanum se wa sembika dwumadi so bra so se ye to nkomo so ne we exactly 9:25 and thank you so much only a chance here 5:30 ebe pem sabre ya na me Adom na 9:25 brand so pe ye pj mo hanum se eye Badwam on Adom TV multi TV so baby edunu eye Mpensenpensenmu ebre ana edunu chesen sema hodoa ene ebrebe mai hokwan no ana yedisa enkomo no but some birthday dedications Miss Selena Donko for National Petroleum Authority this one says may God Almighty grant you good health, long life and prosperity if we odofu bi ho ana ode aba lots of your birthday wishes Inti wa wodi wa woda ne bia so no is a happy birthday sonko ana birthday emao and then Boache MPS also a very good morning to you so Ajibra also uhwe da ase in the studios on na Badwam or can few people are the Badwam cho mo fruma ti oh, na so I had, but Obadia is so good and refreshing. A former member of parliament, part of the Greater Accra executives for the National Democratic Congress. He's been on several committees in parliament. He's a strong person in the NDC and is very hopeful that come 2025, on the 7th of January, his party, the NDC, most definitely, and the Akofran, the Bishop Musa, among the Ghana Ako for the next 4 years. I come home. Now, these are the few people in our body politics. The tempo of our politics needs to be back from straight to the point, and very firm and strong too, but decent in terms of communication. Thank you for your time. I feel.
This is my feel.
I feel papa.
I share for me. I think we see the.
Honor coming back.
Nanzai the only me obeka.
Auntie Christy.
Ejumanintia.
Yeah. Greater Accra boko.
Oh, nyakopo ado.
Buguso.
Eguso. That Greater Accra for nyina ase.
How many times mo flag bearer at me as why 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, 3 faces.
Greater Accra.
Yeah.
But I'm a stronghold that I'm not concentrating too much was that.
Oh, unse it's one of the constituencies I saw. And you know, maybe I'll be called maybe Upper East, Upper West, we could just 6 constituencies.
And you will win in terms.
But Greater Accra no a song. And maybe at time I would be you one day be now na at least we reduce numbers.
But the response is good.
Oh, extremely good.
More increasing figures will get Accra.
Ghana for
I see.
Ghana for the pensions I ain't
Ghana for calling for inside.
Of course, because I'm gonna move for how no near MPP near more famous. Say enyo bi na beka uyare obepe uyare hu drama wankasa yare ni kan
just walk us through yare ahodo a omude abesoe a ama yekwaya sabi akwa enya no and
say otimi jewa no betimi and obetimi amo many years
they go no my prescription you know once I went to my identify say me yare you know I say o anu adura it's already been there
first thing your tax system. Say, no, to get pictures be. Oh, it means they be a manifesto.
Oh, article a match daily guide up public minimum po. That's not her name. I mean, both the diagnosis and the medication. You know,
have the medication. I
don't know. Money, I didn't the medication. Because I didn't want my card in cover. It's every hour, but so beyond tax, then I have you.
Messi, say no. Adia baako ama Ghana or how kese da ye nyina so. $1.
Sika ahode no.
I say atiti minimum a sentence me describe no
apansam
and I say also what industry ni mu bi
apansam me ko kran no ba apansam
ene sa nipa na person di president e wo Ghana hanom
the oka say obema dollar na ji
oh me say the democracy no edu baby a you can't take the people for granted no sa mre no etwem say no Ghana for no they hold you by your own words nya wo be kan no ochina eno na mo de be measure and some measurement no and emaburu no mo de measure Dr. Baumia in this year's campaign.
So the major concern of the NDC as we speak here, dollar na apija. That's the major one.
In fact, that is
it affects everything.
Everything. And no, and na ama bibia titi apansam. Any no corruption no.
Corruption.
Yeah. And no. Oh say, year ni endi. Abaya onim say ofi ade so. Your friend saying now
if I'm one
una wo kan na me hwe ama sagleme say be ba hono
I say sagleme for November
afi no monye nipa
say na attractive on the market
oh na say aya attractive
afi na bia ban na nwene nyoma bia ama aya kondo
yo ye be ba ho
woni abre o sagleme so pa what abakosem dem ye o sagleme
me we procurement ye nchendi we project we na yen yaka obi a obeso project yi mu say obedi nwe djuma o so oye ready say ejuma mo o ma say project yi nyina ye de omo bedi asem wo
sagleme
yes you unim say one of the issues are MPP AUC here the issue of sagleme housing project.
Yeah.
Na omo create impression e de kire Ghana fo nyina se ya ye bibi bone e wo sa eyi no ho a enu nti no e wo say ye prison cofo wo say you know the story how many years ni project ya ye emu finishing ya ye aban tra hon for good almost getting to 8 years yi omuma akronfo ewiewia emunyama nyina indwan mponchi your friend saying nantwie and that demo e wo honum sika yes say e the year project no in terms of finishing ya say nyama nyina for good 7.5 years.
You are a key member.
Maybe so say
you were a key member then.
Yeah.
Say who throw this information out. Na me tell person what follow mo amosa glimene hon sensem sika so na e dey mind for the completion of the project but guys can year adwuma no kodu ye dan kora hodo otimi ye in terms of acquiring drainage ni e dan ni binimu a na mo say complete na enwie what follow conversation because you were an integral part in parliament.
I followed the entire conversation.
Yeah.
At the court makers assembly say look say something wrong has gone on a project. It doesn't take you even a year to uncover what is wrong. What you say? Say you know, aban no there no oka fa project no because per what the government is saying on chair say there is something wrong with the project. Ni aban no e kire say ni say ombe hia sika say e dia continue project no eno nti no they are partnering and as money other real estate developers back together and making sure say Oma continue with the project. And the question is for the 7 years our project in this store here no sika ye hwegu ye as Oma no who is bringing back that money?
But clearly said that question should be asked.
No.
No. Mona contract no per what is being said and what we are reading no say $200 million to complete the whole project. Won't say just sanity and then to complete the first project was the first project will build on the subsequent phases. But two, a completion of all the rooms finished. But that was not the case. It was not entirely correct. Some even some they were not up to a certain standard. 3, the drainage system in that place and the roads they were not completed.
Omahini. The status of the project, and as a project report on the status of the project, I can say almost install you no. When you say who your project are, at every stage, there's a report on the project as to where you've got into, how much resources you have invested. What is here?
We'll come back to the subject.
Those things.
Do I remember the
I
remember that the contention was even about whether the money was meant for the entirety of the whole
exactly
or
exactly
phases of
exactly.
Okay, so Doc, I'm sorry.
Matthias.
Doc Akwaba.
Yeah, my Nyanko Padum. Oh, I saw when you say the most effective vice president.
Try and for the intimate because so the pejad
I know pay my minchia with you for minchia Ghana for minchia MPP for nyina na minchia me krom for oboase na minchia ne titro oboase east for nyina mo hwe no pay na sane o kan no the vice president and the flag bearer of the new patriotic party Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baumia me say otisimu de achepa me say ene yekese me say okọ western north or den ensempa no ema Ghana for na say utie ensema okana ono de ne ensema okana nyina ye titia o se oni president da ye wo bi a wedi assemblyman waba be di MP waba aba be di vice president waba aba be di acting president and wasaba be di president say ni pa no kra say o wo bibi fofora obetumi ayama Ghana for na enye de oni assemblyman da oni minister da oni deputy minister da oni acting vice president president da no me di president da nye say ni pa no and onu ntumi nya bibi foforo eba Ghana to so no de oni president da. This will be the first time come December 7th. So Ghana for the 2 million and sa. And obey president in the first time in his life. Sanema me wo no ba ayesa atase for as you obey omampini. Na so obey omampini ye nyina nim say the constitution of Ghana, the Republic of Ghana no. At the 2 million nyina emo omampini. This are vice president say you aya who play reference supporting role. Emma the commander in chief. Ti ese ena asem ne yeka Nana Adodankwa Ekufu Addo lawyer ono na ye president of the Republic of Ghana nti wababe bone chichidom ema Nana Ekufu Addo ema na adwuma bibiri mo ye de dimutitiri pa digitalization and formalizing the economy no ade a waye but we say we sua no ma bibiri frim na de we sua frim no bi ne say me say me bra panyi kasa no oka dollar ho asem no kre we can be businessman. Me am to cry say me to kwan say you me twa ticket ya normally is in dollar. Na o say obey vice president. We sua de bibire afrimu. Na enipa bia so a won sua de mfiri position and I say dwuma we say me kira de. In fact, there are some models who are first no, then can me come more into the theory. But I'm about who say me come more into the theory that the practical aspect of it no, I am students and emnya. And this is a trauma there. I rather focus more on the practicals. And this is based on experience I'm actually since 2019. Menya and informing me and me changing my methodology. And I make sure there will Accra Business School ne Gempa asemna make. Sasa na Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bamia say, "Wabeye vice president. We see enuma be briefing. Na when who say ye dollar asemono, say ye betumi asolve and say betumi asia no I will say you use a local content measures. Name enye ad hoc measures are sebi exported measures. Na dear no person watch. O do person watch and say ye te Ghana hand. Sebi Ghana buying intra American dollar. The only government that is allowed and I say or one more coin say ultra dollar which is a legal tender. We are seeing in Nigeria to me say you did jano the United States of America or no any dollar. It is a opposite unya dollar. Ekwan ba ko nya film dwadie se Ghana ye de enoma ko amanane koton a sika na ye nya film no forex no part of source of our dollar ebiem abrofo ne enipatitru a omuso ensem wo bi a wonye Ghana for but omofrese opportunities for Ghana ompese omode omusika ebehye Ghana mu eho the friend FDI no one of the major source of that. Now why remember statistics be from 2021 to the post pandemic, FDI to the entire sub-Saharan African region has reduced by 44%. 44. In fact, so often regional blocks are Southern Africa and FDI to Southern Africa has reduced about 80%. In fact, so often the West African block, we are looking at FDI reduction of about 38%. And no chere will say, and now we are saying baby ko jina ye ntino baby ananka ye nya ye sika dodo efiri no e ma te se de ebani bim de se baby tumi nya ye sika eye forex na dodo efiri baako eye de market cho say ye koton ye no ma imports exports and the toso mienu asoma hene be ye nwanwa eye remittances remittances ye nuanom ye papa no ye sister ye nuanom a o makotra ma no ne a o mo send kakra ba fie no. It has become one. In fact, over Nigeria, remittances, about 5 or 6 times what Ghana is receiving. A major source of forest. Ghana, so I think about the 3rd or 4th major source of forest currently in our dispensation. And to Dr. Babu Babi say, better me a solve dollar problem. And as some way, as some we in the politics are any me who say me this for akamwasem. But policy-wise. Me who policy or man kasa kasa eno no be implement but doctor there waka policy no say there no so obey or say first gold idea in fact and now me no say last 2 weeks the economics journal worldwide it is a newspaper one of the biggest newspaper the Economist the report we have between just say we are saying maybe brain who says $dollar no has been weaponized to say ubenya dollar there etuja and ho ko ana Intino Diomo Yene say, do na person they want to veer into gold. This was before now Dr. Babu Bamiaka gold as some that are doing. Into one of the things also no do as president and say gold the idea if we are seeing in an person oil, person medical essentials, and neoma agricultural products and neoma a imports. In fact, in 2022, agricultural products in Ghana spending 2.6 billion. On just agricultural products, and a more a number one item, wheat and a poultry product. To
affect definitely the city now.
And to say, dear me, bit me. Or say the Ben say gold. To say the main master economists now cried about to Jan and ya before Dr. Mabubaza. Gold, a idea back one. If we are seeing an idea to say no, some idea $100 million. Make me the equivalent of gold at Triaka. And I say gold is trading, I think, about 2,600 an ounce on the world market. Economy power. And they say gold they accepted as they are. Surveys at geological department, I say gold reserves are yen tape or Ghana Hankwano, $10 trillion. And it's a gold reserve near $10 trillion. Now, so we can empower a local people, indigenous, or mine to say, why would you cry? So, what the Nimdiana between the in Twitter, the journalism, and also we you. Let's obey to your community. Then why don't we set up a bank that will give loans to people? Now, mind one of the reasons in here before Ghana for Bibre and to me call large scale mining money say a lack of capital. Yes. So my who tears is also one mediano. Let's all be called international market. Now what about because of free by virtue say free African country, you are considered as risk person. And in why you debe no it was so check Canadian, Australian, Brazilian, United States of American citizen on the same market so between them at 1.1%.
So your number one prescription for the city to be stabilized is the gold deal now.
The gold deal now. No mind a best of problems we bring. And now gold in the sense you empower your local people to go into responsible mining of the gold. Responsible mining of the gold. Now we here. Sa gold do na ababe ade wo hia na wo de to for this imports no ntino wo beto gold no every local people no ho enti insesen ka wo de dollar beto ade no sesia wo di Ghana cedi e na beto sa gold nto my no say me more example a tama MPP be full akunya na ye total gold reserves na ye 8.7 metric tons and na ye total gold reserves e about 73 metric tons, the equivalent of about $5 billion.
But ordinarily, what China or South Africa? That's what China.
Yeah.
South Africa see can
yeah.
Why is it not implementable here? Why is it not so? Why do you have to go through this process? Gold.
Yeah. Yeah, me that's we are back the exchange rate regime and also measures that South Africa use use ya enunti no and the back article baby who say me personally sometimes I disagree with some of the measures of the central bank. Now say me jumping in kakra with a whole measure now. One of the things that South Africa government is doing is say South Africa government created the protocol can say the disincentive for you to hold forex. Now one of the things omo say omahene say yeti say obi be chame eye American dollar na say megia yemfa say bia mitonfo we bia mitonfo we 20 Ghana cedis na say obi ba no say mema 200 Ghana cedis obi ba no say mema $100 ha meje $100 ni because minim say meje sa $100 no na me de call bank and I say me de call a forex bureau me kosesa menya 300 Ghana cedis enti aside 200 cedis na eno na nka me ton ade we no menya extra 100 Ghana cedis because of exchange rate differentials na esa motivation na ema amanfo obi aka se me pese me so dollar mu no eno na a government like the South African government wa kill sa motivation no ma hene kwa be no wa fa so wa kill no se o ko South Africa ne ya na se o ko bank me fa forex bureau nsinchen se o kosesa dollar bank no automatically takes a fixed commission on the dollar now wosesa no and they say why do you say me kosesa dollar 100 Ghana cedis ne menya 300 cedis na say ade na me ton ye 200 cedis and menya fa 100 cedis commission na ya tie from say friend say incentive no eni ho enti da wo South Africa ne na say wo koto ade in fact Dubai and most of the other countries nyina wo koto ade na ma ne dollar be ka say o bank na ho no kone kosesa ne fabrem ebia mu forex bureau nso no eho de wo kose wo kwa kosesa sika eho kra de utua VAT because it is considered say a year income enti to say ye ti ebia VAT about 22% into say 400 Ghana cedis now say sika na benyana ye te sa 23% VAT no efi say sika nimu enti eno nso create this incentive for the ordinary man enti obi wo ton ade no bi broad dollar and now your hotel no be the brewer onye unless our forex account o ko deposit sika ni wom na eno ni ade a ye ha no ye nyeye a me free say yetumi aya ebetumi amasa incentive to hold dollar no eno nso etumi akofom
doc me ba oso yen koye kon debi
ye benti na ba omi onim we mu nyina
ba only foundation
man maybe so
he laid the foundation
maybe so asem
no he laid the foundation for you he knew this question would come that is why he laid the foundation that the constitution of this country has been specific that there's somebody who is the commander in chief and somebody who acts in a position that is
when it comes to the financial aspect, the economy of this country, the vice president, he has been in charge of the economic management team. Hold on.
But who is the commander in chief?
Hold on. The president himself, President Nankasa, or General Badwam or Kasa, you can't economy Nidia Baumia. No, onim economy who asem na Baumia and all the economy. Ashen in some. Until nobody should protect Baumia in this instance. Me say, Niawakai, Wagadri solutions.
Wagadri
solutions. Now say maybe I do need there. I feel no one say there are solutions to the challenges we face as a country.
When you say that, you bring a big problem for yourself.
No,
when you say, baby, this election here extremely unique.
No,
yeah. The election extremely unique. You are able to hold him on to Baumia because Baumia can cancel.
And why? Who should I hold on to?
We are able to hold you on with some of the promises. I must say, because Badwam Mpensenpensenmu. So the question therefore to you is, other than more sabre, Sana more must be true. One two now for Sana more. For instance, when it comes to the fight against illegal mining, now the opportunity to fight and kill it off.
Minya, you see, Ube Kanu cry as a journalist, okay? His Excellency John Mahama explaining in terms of fighting illegal mining. Look, you're very objective. Look at the source of our water bodies, the state of our water bodies before His Excellency John Dramani Mahama left office.
We are talking about illegality.
No, listen.
Not the state of
no, please.
An illegality.
Look, why are we talking about illegality, Galamsey, today? It is because the situation has moved from what bad to what worse.
But so it's an illegality.
Hold
it doesn't matter. We are talking about an illegality that needs not to be practiced in the first
What
place.
is the essence of governance? The essence of governance is to improve upon. Say ababi abaso. No say dollar we say na mo say tono 1 cedi no. Enye. Na mema dollar no ejina ho no mu. Na dollar no every 4 cedis. Akọ 16 or getting to 17 cedis are. Omayini. O say Ghana for embo say ye.
That is what Okache say. We should take partisanship out of.
There's nothing partisanship about this.
Because it is
the fact.
The foundations.
No, Omayini. O 3 on who shishiu.
Papa.
Thank you. Yankoso.
No.
What can you? No. But not who expect
let me fair. The foundations. Mebusa de bia.
Yeah.
Ade ebe ma yesi kasem no asset na asidi no. Ebe gina as oman no. Oman na ankasa nya abotre. We are consciously and deliberately working towards this thing
because
to ensure that
the government came to destroy
NDC omo policy to stabilize the city.
Let me tell you something.
What is their policy?
Look, Omayini, look at the finance minister, the former finance minister. Share the way or the Ghana FRSO.
Ghana for Kwame.
Oh. Yeah, G loans no boom.
The loans you say we member foul.
What's it?
Do not foul. If you fair executive do not foul.
Omayini.
If you also specify. Yeah, this is Sika we edikoye we. If you now mu your apartment.
Omayini. Kono kwehwe parliament proceedings ni nyina mu. Look at the contributions of the minority. In terms of loans are buying AGA, the implications of the loans they were picking near your minority for a catch-all. You know all this. But because they were benefiting from the loans they were taking. They were benefiting. No more disregarding the effect on the economy of this country. And now we tell you, why lucky say, why can see? Enti akom de okura yehu
asemo
anu ni ulaka na o hwe nyo ni mu bi na o mu jira camera echi ni nyamanyama na o si hwe o si mi pointing
ba obaye honorable why fine pa ana so why are you careful? You may mistake me for someone who is 30 years.
O si use me as example.
Oh yeah. Honorable.
Omayini Ghana for any bro.
Honorable, when you say out here, obi be mistake you say you are in your 30s. No, do have you heard that?
Because me can't cry.
Because why you fresh?
Hold on.
Why you fresh?
Me can't cry. Me bo enipa po. Me bo my po. And always no. My dream e da ho fine. Me wo dream me ho adwem bone e be buto e ba wo so. Because makume mu e yeden e fita. And that is it. But anka amamu we ana obeka say no ana
no honorable.
Yeah, ono gina no. Me say ono gina no. Oh. We've been in office before. Omayini say usika e kofoma. There are ways ubetumi edesi ano. Omankasa no mo kan kire Ghana for say they are coming in for production. Omayini me na me kai. Enye no so na odi to aba.
No mo so ombe inside the money in Africa.
That's all. Now mo feel say Ghana nankasa no sika no e wa hanom. So we don't need sa abusia ye kwakọ jiji sika e wa mono ni. But what happened? Aban ni ba mum no e no tisi mu. Hwe e na me no ka say me ja fo hu ye mobo. Odika 22,000 Ghana cedis. Osi oni. Boni be na waye.
But at the same time, per capita income.
Odika Ghana ka. Ghana ka no onu kwa.
Na wo ye di na wo na yendika.
O say
wo ho na ye.
Omayini wa ko ma me mre.
Omayini na
ma me kan. Omayini as at 2016, net debt to GDP per head. Na 4,000 Ghana cedis. In fact, 4,000, a little over 4,000 Ghana cedis. Now per capita income, 7,000 Ghana cedis. Into utri free man, now the excess are Ghana Nibienya, now 3,000 Ghana cedis. And per capita, that is what we use to measure whether the country is doing well or not. A little over 306, if I say old Sikadada, 36,000 Ghana cedis. And bet me check. So who divide it?
Oh, that no.
Yes. What divide GDP by the population? Now we are. Now how do you arrive at the debt to GDP?
No, you understand what I want to say.
Offer a kaya, the percentage of debt, a kaya, no divided by the population. That's why you arrive at the 200 million or can and they say, oh, for the difference as at 2016. Now for the difference as at today, the difference is close to about 10,000 Ghana per head. And in terms of welfare, Ghanaians are better off today than when they were under the NDC.
This is not true. That
is the reality.
Under NDC, Yakupon Abbo say, Ubedi over 100 years, and under MPP, years no, yatiswaba 90. And when I make say, mekano. The poverty situation of Ghana at this very moment, as compared to the time of the NDC, it is worse now. And where lies the welfare of the people? Look, the essence of governance is to ensure, say, nipa that's in health. Okay? Once a omino economy no. That is good governance. And it is who per capita income, say. Now, majority of your people are rather going under poverty.
There's something wrong.
At the same time, you know, this is the
government. No. Oh.
And at the same time, you know, in addition to this per capita, as I'm making,
fact check on what I've just said.
Don't worry.
And at the same time, you know, this is the government that has ruled out the most social intervention in the history of Ghana. In fact, the Asante. In fact, what is this social intervention? Free senior high school education.
You have a challenge.
Free
I have a very big challenge. Me say, the only way you can measure.
Measurement back.
No, those measurements are not yielding results.
The free senior high school.
Listen, hold on.
Wow, yes. The most audacious social intervention policy in the history of Ghana. Okay.
Niame can say governance, okay? It is about the people, by the people, for the people. Once wabeso o mainumu say udi o maini sikano ebeye mputu ejuma edi ama o maino, it should reflect in the health of the people. It should reflect in the education of the people. It should reflect in the longevity. And I say, your friend saying, life.
But life expectancy ratio of Ghana has even increased.
Dropped
ahead.
Dropped.
Well,
fact check.
We'll check it.
It has dropped. Do you know why it has dropped? Because poverty rate, across. And when there is poverty, it affects the life of people. Because one, eduane nutritional food kwa undibi. Who miss it kese na why no?
Yeah, and then the oba so me na go. You go try.
Who first do me do awu you know. And then ultimately we start quantity of me do.
Ogurud me bad.
Aha.
Ye kwaba.
What the boy dey?
Yeah. All right, so yasa by damu ina wase we are trying common so for the next I think 20 minutes to say bye bye to you. Pamucho mama yenko your issues so electoral commission we can do electoral commission.
Right
because there's an open live IPAC meeting that's going to be on.
Yeah.
Let me just go through quickly and then
Master
if I read then I see whether they've started. I'll say EC to broadcast IPAC meeting live on Tuesday, that's today. The Electoral Commission of Ghana has announced plans to broadcast the upcoming Inter-Party Advisory Committee IPAC meeting live on Tuesday, October 1. This unprecedented decision is part of the EC's efforts to promote transparency and accountability in its engagement with political parties ahead of the December general elections. According to information gathered from the EC, the live telecast is aimed at providing Ghanaians with first-hand insight into the discussions and decision-making process within the IPAC meetings. The Commission stressed that this move was made independently and not in response to any external demands, particularly those from the National Democratic Congress. According to the EC, the IPAC meeting will be about the processes that will educate the public about the register and the electoral process. The NDC, Ghana's largest opposition party, had previously called for the live broadcast of IPAC meetings, citing concerns over the need for greater openness in election-related deliberations. However, the EC had earlier rejected the NDC's request, stating that live broadcasts were not necessary at that time. In a recent development, the EC appears to have shifted its stance, emphasizing that the live telecast is intended to foster confidence in the electoral process and not a direct result of the NDC's pressure. The IPAC meeting, which brings together representatives from all registered political parties and the EC, is an important platform for discussing electoral reforms, operational challenges, and strategies for ensuring credible elections. So it goes on and on.
Na brofu tintin den na esisa wo.
Just say nyamo na mo show mo so mo.
It doesn't matter. The EC, they did not tell Ghanaians say omo ye omo meeting because enye NDC and e show omo so. Na yenti omo a commissioner wabobo results be say 3-4 times the same results. Cameras see so. Anameboa. That is not the issue. Niagana for ehwehwe ni say abatoɔ na ye kwa akoto no. Ye beto abatoɔ no ewo mra eda electoral commission ye di ye abatoɔ ho adwuma. Ni ewo mu ne say NDC yen ye di nsem abeto EC for nenim in terms of omo amankasa omo database a omo ankasa omo tumi komba ti say your friends they na would betumi ato
komba
Omahini
that was komba illegal man komba ututo kura komba
you ati
as wa ko wasaso ni opie mu no ukoba hall ni bedroom utimi koba
Omahini it is dangerous to our elections because data should be protected. Omahini u data ewo easy. And what say obia etumi ko data mu edi u data edi di agro. Ye were laws ewo my Data Protection Act. Chere say uji mi data until makacho say data we fa beye bibi and I say what bisa permission for me to use that data now. Ehukwan. Previous electoral commissioners, omu data omu kra no, na ye wo another body a protected data no. Enti wo person wo koma, the other parties no are aware say you are entering the data. And now me no can say easy data na e wo hono no. Say returning officer bi e wo kugu yo a. No person o man hene wo odu boni a obetumi e delete within if you register no. Just like that. Omahini, some of you have not seen what we have seen. Okay? Remember an example. In a just me constituency, Ablekuma Central Hanumo. After registration exercise, you know, say, Ade Omunim say, we're up to speed on data gathering during the limited registration exercises, you know. And various registers, you know. Say, software is near run you. Omahini, you don't need to sweat. Entina tama easy for catches or you see Cora draw no. Yes, real. Say IT systems, you know, software, you know, a bi wo hoduma register nankasa. Wo pese wo say wudin no e wo mu once and I say wudin no e wo mu twice and I say wudin san wo baby fufuro a. It's just a software. E beji yi ni nyina e die pie. Into the EC they know what we are talking about. They know. What I say, but They just want to admit, say, there's something wrong with their data. Omayini, yeni mo abekasa. Mo agye atum say, ade na yede akire mo no, nokre mo kwa akosisa.
Oma correcting you.
Into Omayini, ne edisi kan no, ntro. Maybe so. Kakra na yede be kire mo no, ntro.
I say mo
Anya hu.
over 200,000.
Omayini, you see, even it is say one vote.
When was that? 200,000.
That's what the man make.
Na say say na easy there ya ye Omayini, in an election, if you don't value a single vote, then you are not a politician. Only how many polling centers are there? Oh, Ghana. Over 30,000 polling stations. Okay? And the young fan say, if a single individual is disenfranchised in a single polling station across board, how many votes?
Every vote counts.
To win presidency is 50 plus what? One. What you see? And you know, maybe they don't value the votes, but you know, you value or more so like I register. Look, when we're doing the limited registration, then I'm wanka. Say nanka mo pese ye be sentence ni nyina. No bia nya ho kwan, no nkoye registration na meboa. But mama said no way. Obianko district office. Meboa. Look at the pain. I mabui omomudi 18 years, first time voters. Omo person mo register. Look at what they went through. Now after nipa after through sa when now and yes within mo. Let me tell you what they have done. Omayini, I've registered you at this polling station. Okay? Then I move you from here to Takrady.
Is it deliberate on their part?
Na data obia to me remu ne de
but some now kind of data.
No, exactly.
But
yes.
That information is not true.
It cannot be correct.
That information.
Then you have decided. No,
that information can be true.
They have decided that
it's not they
have nothing to do with the register.
That information. When you give my time, I also talk about
yes.
The data that can easily be such
sensitive. Obia to me room. The easy data obia to me room. Oh, anya dey bia asemo. Omayini, asem papa na ye kan kire mo. Look, how did the Pusiga issue happen? Ablekuma Central Mami can be in Chiro. After registration exercise, you know, we realize say vote, you know, register no a drop it. Instead of what's called a drop it. Yeah, electoral directory, you know, muhu nobody call opinion name. They admitted that there's something wrong with the register. Omayini, anya grow na edi.
Basa, eno no nye electoral commission.
No.
The parties involved.
No, Mami can be being true. You see, when you go to the center and you want to register, you take your biometrics. And see, unya yes, I no system no apiki where that. And no any parties, you know. We only relied on the print out. Every you know, print out, you know, that document. It's in a year, see, okay, say do baby no, almost allow your agents cry and bear idea no. And I see no way. Sa record in there, your bedgin and your bedgin or china. I do baby pono biometric, you know, this code, this I don't know. Don't worry. There person your Gigi Sanya
950 minutes was short time.
There person Gigi Sanya man. They refuse. Electoral Commission ben. And Asabi, who person bibia edda ho no transparent. And one of their motto is fairness and transparency.
So I'm sure this one will be okay with you.
Look, mo nya de no to say omu be ye obi favor bi. No.
Omu ya ma nyina en wato yin.
Yes, as good people of this country. Omu ejuma no.
So not necessarily the NDC.
No. No, what the NDC is doing for the good people of this country. So that menewo ochina who call registration center. Na say ohodum na wo register wo a onim say udin wo register no no obi nko ka kire o say udin no eni hanom na de ko akosombo.
Dr. Banobrem,
me da say let me say
me are saving Ghanaians na mo say
and na me ka okosi say me am te wo so save me but ade e be ha me a ntia wo save me no de me nim ade kro wo mpese obe kire ma ade kro
transfers illegal
ye hu ye in fact my example in 2016 Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud. Is it Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bamia Ede or no, he is second to none. Am I here so bekaya? Or publishing names any part of free so mine no we are going to make the Pussycat didn't cry the idea is in a crab Badwam Mpensenpensenmu. In fact, the first time I heard about it was the director of operations from the
It was at the instance of NDC.
West. But the first time I heard about it was from not the NDC, but the director of operations for the Electoral Commission. My first time of hearing about that issue was from him. And I'm a TV. But I make us say, what's it? Oh, issue. You see, sometimes, we are not able to disentangle sensationalism from reality. So, what's it? There are issues. Who fight for Ghanaians? Ghanaians in both MPP, NDC for any GTP for you now. Also, so let these people know what the issues is. Make it public. And can I make a daily guide? Ghanaian Times, daily graphic. Then kasa issues in now. Then we read and make judgments. Oh, any NDC for us muke in so. But the Etiana say yendi yahu. Yet, o man, who's asked me a bro no. And so Ghana for me no way you take here almost fighting for it. Me no be up to date.
But the commission says more rectified.
And one part of the issue. So 200,000 as me I can almost up to date. Almost for some information in Romo. I listened to the electoral. In fact, in their rebuttal to NDC for no, they stated it, and this is the rebuttal I'm reading here. What the in 2016. Former President John Dramani Mahama ono na say ento abamano e can say obia owo issues with the register no should state his or her case and allow the Electoral Commission to decide. I see Edun Ketia and on a chairman of the NDC. It's on record saying there can never be any clean register as far as elections is concerned under this sun. You can look for the audio. It's there on record. I've listened to the audio severally. He's stating this. And they say if the NDC at that time knew, you can never have a register that is sacrosanct from any error because a NIPA and collected that information. Now, why is the NDC saying something different? Are they being hypocritical? That is the question I ask. No, but let's come to processes that we need to do an audit. The EC has been clear, and this is IPAC meeting in America. This is NDP rep and Wakasawa. Or say the process for cleaning the register, and they say first there will be an exhibition. Once there is exhibition, meko obeko obia beko.
So the exhibition seeks to clear or check some of these issues.
Say honorable say me Dr. Frank Bano. Because obiti Electoral Commission officer won't pay me massive we delete me dear fimwa baby I'm register me kwa exhibition it will show some me DNA. That is why I will raise an issue. Say I didn't made Dr. Frank Bano my register on this data. This is my slip. This is my voter ID card. That is my register with my registration number. Me didn't any register him. Then the EC has an answer to respond to. But we have not done the exhibition. We have not done the auditing. Yet, in addition to that, there will also be a verification. All these processes have been discussed and presented at IPAC meeting. And we are even yet to go through this process. So where from this shout from the NDC? Mimi would say it's more of panic reaction. And one of the things I have said is that the NDC, as of January 2024, had shared positions somewhere in the elections, But today, credible data from Outcomes International, from their own credible sources, aside the Lotto forecaster, okay?
Lotto forecaster.
I mean, there's one Lotto forecaster in the system. Aside him, Obi Oye, pull a me as an academician, the methodology, and there's no researcher who can publish his methodology that in academia will be taken serious. There's one Lotto forecaster in the system. Aside him, any credible, okay? So say, what they thought was the trend about 5 to 6 months ago, it's not what is happening currently.
What did the forecaster say? What is it?
So a Lotto forecaster. Lotto forecaster, they say. So only the more false hopes. Emma was so why the Benventino, or more chair positions. In fact, yesterday, back when you are not crying in position cross his pagumi trim. So maybe we need elections maybe. In fact, I see a big test on record saying that
no, but NDC you are going to rely on polls
and tell us that little forecast.
But NDC is going to rely on polls.
They are raising all these false alarms. No mind, I can be before or can be about say is database obi to me room. And I'm saying I have listened to the operations director of the Electoral Commission. Oh. And in fact, he goes on to and this is on this when I'm saying honorable. So they go for the meetings. On my first, the database was not managed by the EC. And it is very dangerous to say we are electoral commissioner and an electoral commission. No quality data on people, a sovereign country like Ghana. Now, quality sensitive information on your populace. Now, external factor, and answer will be a what you mind from or non household database. It is very dangerous. So the EC has to build its own database. Now, what are the security measures that the EC has put in place compared to previous? And you can only access the EC's database at the EC's designated offices. And to put that access, no, but that is a fact. Now, put that, how did it happen? And Omahine said, I don't know, make Adom FM. And the host cracked it and said, there are certain information on that computer, a multimedia computer now. Unless you are within the premises of multimedia, you cannot access it. And if you, Omahine, enter your login details to access that information. It will identify you say your mind and a core database. And that was what the EC Director of Operations was saying. So straight away they picked it and said, whoever accessed it from that angle at this particular office, and these are the details. And the person has been picked up. And when you
but the truth is that the truth is that it was I think they wanted to solve it quietly.
Yes.
And the NDC.
Yes.
Just came to say no.
That I agree.
Society be basu there. Just say So there should be a roundtable discussion where these challenges that the NDC are there to honor. Let's be fair to.
But that's why there's going to be an IPAC meeting today.
Oh, that is just education.
The content education.
Oh, but I'm sure
also the woman.
So they are trivializing
Doctors started by saying too much sensationalism. Too much sensationalism. Wrap up your
and I make us say. Say, is no obi login is able to identify it. Next year, you create your exhibition and your audit and your verification there. And can you know end it form train? Na yan kwaye exhibition, yan kwaye auditing, na yan verification.
Exhibition I have a fear with the way everybody
look this to
but we can give room for that. What we call for re-exhibition.
Exactly.
Okay, so
because you can do that, baby. With that, with the re-exhibition.
Exactly.
So you need to support us. Auditing say, yan fire database in my not me as an academician. Yes.